Good evening, everyone. I'd like to first say I'm nervous. I've never had, this is my first time talking. Thank you. Thank you. I have rehearsed this, so it shouldn't be too bad. Good evening, everyone. My name is Pedro Santos. I'm honored to be here tonight and to share a bit about my journey. And more importantly, to thank everyone that has made my stories like mine possible. Before I share what brought me to WGU, I have to tell you a little bit of my origin first. I was brought to the US from Brazil as a 9-year-old child. And after graduating high school in 2009, I wasn't able to attend college, but not because I didn't want to, but because I didn't have legal status. At the time, I didn't qualify for in-state tuition or federal financial aid. And an out-of-country tuition for a state college was completely out of reach. And even if I had earned a degree, I still wouldn't have eligible to work legally. So I did what many in my situation do. I found work where I could. And years later, after DACA, I was finally granted the privileged status. I went into construction. It was hard and honest work, and I was proud of it. It felt like I was directly contributing to the country I've called home for years. Jumping forward, on October 11th, 2022, just 10 days after celebrating my 32nd birthday, I suffered a stroke, and everything changed. I was home early from work, getting my 9-month-old daughter ready for bed, and suddenly I was hit with an intense dizziness. It felt like I was drunker than I'd ever been before, and not in a fun way, guys. Thanks to my wife's quick thinking and the incredible Waltham ENTs, I was rushed to the hospital. We had later found out that it wasn't just any stroke, but it was a very rare and dangerous one. A blood clot had traveled from my leg and passed through a hole in my heart, like Patriots linebacker Teddy Bruschi. Anybody know? It lodged itself in my cerebellum, and in a single moment, I lost the ability to walk, to stand, and the control on my left side. Keeping my eyes open felt very overwhelming, and for weeks I'd preferred just to keep them closed. By the time I had come home from the hospital and then rehab, I'd missed 2 months of my little one's life. To any parents here, you know what 2 months will do to your baby. And I was just learning how to walk, and ironically, so was she. So I had made a little light competition with myself. Who would walk unassisted first, me or her? In that moment, it reminded me that even in the hardest of times, humor and hope is still reachable. But the stroke didn't just affect me physically. It forced me to reimagine everything. I couldn't return to my old job. I had to start over. And just like I had to relearn how to use my body, I had to relearn how to use my mind. And that's when I found WGU in the IT program. Starting over while recovering, raising a young child, and trying to stay afloat financially felt nearly impossible. My poor wife. Then I received the IT is Everywhere scholarship. The scholarship's award was spread over 4 terms, and it meant more than I can imagine. It gave me breathing room. It meant that I could redirect the money towards childcare, medical bills, and everyday things to keep my household running. But honestly, it did something more important. It told me that someone believed in me, that someone I've never met thought that my future was worth investing in. And that feeling, that belief, is fuel. Because the scholarship isn't just financial relief. It's encouragement. It's the spark that helps people to rebuild. Thanks to WGU's flexible model and the generosity of donors, I am now in my 5th term and steadily progressing. I'm building a future in IT, one that I can be proud of. To every donor, partner, mentor, staff member, and supporter of WGU, you make this possible. You're not just promoting education, you're giving people like me the chance to rise, to rebuild, and move forward. Thank you.